Providing business users with strong search capabilities that ensures fast and precise search results is essential for ensuring a smooth execution of data maintenance tasks and business processes. This capability is offered in the web UI as faceted search and as the search experience in our renewed UI. An admin user configures which attributes a user can search on. When the admin user has changed this configuration, a reindexing process must be run so that the underlying search index, which is held in an Elasticsearch database, can be updated accordingly. Currently, changes to such configurations, as well as business users' changes to data, do not update the Elasticsearch index directly, but trigger events to be written on an event queue. The events are then being processed by the Elasticsearch indexing background processes to update the index. This two-step process of writing events to an event queue and then having background processes process the events made it difficult for a system administrator to track progress, troubleshoot, and configure reindexing. Monitoring was also difficult due to the lack of proper monitoring capabilities like progress bars showing indexing progress. Neither was it possible to handle incremental updates to the index during reindexing, which could potentially take hours or days to complete, leaving the business user to use a non-updated index from before reindexing, impacting business processes negatively by leading to imprecise search results. Further, if a reindexing had to be cancelled, a manual cleanup of the event queue had to be performed by the system administrator, taking time and effort and possibly leading to loss of users' data change events, causing an incorrect index and search results. In Update 24.3, the reindexing mechanism has been entirely separated from the event queue. Now, the background process, so far responsible for generating reindex events, takes control of multiple parallel background processes that would handle reindexing. The reindexing background process autonomously identifies the object types specified in the Elasticsearch configuration and gather all objects to be processed. The objects are then organized in batches and processed by the parallel background process controlled by the reindexing background process. By separating the reindexing process from the event queue in this way, reindexing can be performed in parallel to the data change flow, ensuring a more up-to-date index for the business users by considering incremental changes. Further, without the event queue involved in the reindexing process, it is now no longer required for the system administrator to clean up the event queue if a reindexing process is cancelled, saving both time, effort, and avoiding potential loss of business users' data change events. This leads to lower maintenance efforts and better up-to-date indexes, which supports a smoother execution of business processes by providing more accurate search results.
When the system administrator wants to perform a reindexing after making changes to the Elasticsearch configuration, the system administrator will, in the system setup of the step workbench, choose the reindexing tab on the Elasticsearch configuration object type. Here, the system administrator gets an overview of the reindexing process and its indexing subprocesses. In detail, the system administrator gets an overview of the queued processes waiting to become active, as well as the active ended processes and processes that are completed with errors. Each section displays essential information such as progress and status. Notice the progress bar and status indicators for each of the processes. But now, let's see how the system administrator will start and monitor reindexing. The system administrator will initiate the reindexing process as shown. Here, the option to start the reindexing process immediately or schedule it for later is provided. For this demo, we'll start the reindexing process right away. When starting the reindexing process, the process will read the Elasticsearch configuration and discover which data objects needs to be reindexed. The actual update of the Elasticsearch index is then performed by the indexing sub-processes that are queued and started by the reindexing process. Please also notice the system administrator's ability to cancel and resume reindexing processes using the buttons in the action column of the reindexing process. Once the reindexing has finished, the indexing sub-processes will be listed below ended processes. Also, the main reindexing process has its own history, where the system administrator has an overview of previous reindexing.